What's good, y'all? It's your boy Fisk Vegas, the hardest voice in sports. If you have not already liked this video and subscribed to my channel, please stop this video and do so right now. Alright, y'all, let's get to it. Carmelo Anthony has been reported to have told James Dolan personally that he wants a buyout. He thinks it's time to move on, it's time for him to catch a championship. According to Stephen A. Smith, he will either take a buyout and go to Cleveland, or he'll take a trade to Houston. Those are his two options. So, in this video, or should I say, this track, ain't no video. But in this track, I'm going to cover what I think is going to happen, starting with Houston. I don't know exactly what Houston can give up to get Carmelo, that Carmelo will accept the trade to go to Houston for. Because it's not about what the Knicks want, it's about what Carmelo wants, because Carmelo has a no-trade clause. So, if the Houston wants to send a bunch of good pieces there that could prevent them from winning a championship just to get Carmelo, Carmelo can say, no, I don't want to go there if you don't have Eric Gordon and Ryan Anderson. Why would I go there without them there? He can do that because he has a no trade clause. So anything that New York would want for Carmelo from Houston, if it's too much, Melo can just say no. So the odds of him getting traded to Houston, unless it's a three-teamer and Houston doesn't have to give up much to get Carmelo, I don't see that happening. Because once again, the no trade clause. Supposedly, that's why he didn't end up with the Clippers. Supposedly, that's why he didn't end up in Boston. Is because, or if you believe the rumors, he didn't end up in Portland either. Because he has a no trade clause. Carmelo can go where he wants to go, how he wants to go. That's a big part of the problem why he's still in New York. Now, I've dogged Carmelo in numerous videos for not wanting to be a winner, choosing to live in New York, dealing with Dolan and Phil Jackson. And, my whole beef for Carmelo is, why would you complain about the team rebuilding when you signed there 3 years ago knowing they were going to rebuild? He signed there, before he even knew Porzingis was going to be good. Listen. If you take a girl back who cheated on you, you can't get mad when she does it again. That's my whole point with Carmelo complaining about the Knicks rebuilding. You knew what you was getting into. Now, on to Cleveland. This is what I think is going to happen. I think he'll take a buyout. I think they'll come to a reasonable number, somewhere around, I don't know, anywhere from $35 to $40 million. He ain't going to get that whole $50-something million. He's not going to get the rest of that money. I think they'll come to a reasonable number, somewhere 35 to 40. He'll get bought out, and he'll go to Cleveland. Now, if he goes to Cleveland, this is what I think is going to happen. They're going to put LeBron at the 4. Melo will be the 3. They could keep Kevin Love, people, because this is not a trade. This is a buyout. Melo's going there on his own free will. So the starting 5 will be Kyrie, JR, Melo, LeBron, Kevin Love. And then I believe they'll sign Wade to a veteran minimum because Chicago's going to buy Dwayne Wade out. There's no way in hell Chicago's going to let Dwayne Wade stay there, and they're trying to rebuild / tank and get a good pick for next summer. It doesn't make any sense. Rondo and Wade will not be on the Bulls roster next season. So you can bring Wade off the bench, and there you go. That's enough to beat Golden State right there. It is, because the problem with Cleveland in the finals was LeBron couldn't rest, because the minute he sat down, they couldn't fucking score. How you go 3-4 minutes at a time without scoring? I mean, it makes no sense. How many leads did they choke away in games 3? And, come on, game 3, LeBron sits down for 2 minutes and there goes a lead. It's like, come on. So, if you got Wade coming off the bench, or you can still keep Melo out there, give him the ball, make everybody move away, that solves 50% of Cleveland's problem of not being able to damn move the ball when LeBron ain't on the damn court. So, I like that. Or, option 3. They trade motherfucking Kevin Love anyway. What if they still can trade Kevin Love for Paul George? And then you put, LeBron is still going to be at the 4. But check this out. The starting 5 will look like this. Kyrie Irving, Paul George at the 2, Melo at the 3, LeBron at the 4, and Trisha Thompson at the 5. Nobody's beating that for starting 5. That's the best starting 5 in basketball. And you still got Dwayne Wade coming off the bench. Or you could start Dwayne Wade to bring JR off the bench and let him shoot threes and just jack up shots, which is what he does best. One way or the other, the Cavs are going to get Dwayne Wade. That's going to happen, y'all. Just accept it. One way or the other, the Cavs are going to get Dwayne Wade. The question is, will they get Carmelo with the buyout? And will they still trade for Paul George? Those are the two questions we have to ask ourselves here. But if I had to put my money on it, somebody put a gun to my head and said, Fisk Vegas, what do you think is going to happen? I think Carmelo stays in New York for one last season. I think he plays out this season in New York and he opts out next summer. But, just being optimistic and just reading the tea leaves, I think he ends up in Cleveland. I think LeBron gonna pull some strings, make some phone calls, and I think eventually, by hook or crook, he ends up in Cleveland. That's what I'm hoping happens, because as a LeBron fan, he can't compete with Golden State with what he has. They gotta upgrade it. He needs another elite scorer on the team. It's just Kevin Love ain't gonna fucking cut it. So as a LeBron fan, I'm hoping he ends up in Cleveland. But if somebody put a gun to my head and said, what do you think is going to happen? I think he plays the rest of the year in New York. Because James Dolan love him, and it's Melo. Nothing shocks me with Melo when it comes to staying in New York. But as far as him going to Houston, not going to happen. I just don't see it. Because he has to approve the trade. And my thing with Melo was this. If you really want to ring the ring that bad, why don't you just go to Cleveland and try your luck in the finals instead of going to a Western Conference team and happen to be San Antonio and Golden State just to get to the finals, and then you got to beat LeBron? Fuck that. If I'm leaving money on the table and I'm going somewhere for 1 year, I'm going straight to the king, baby. I'm going straight to the team where I know I'm guaranteed to go to the finals, and in a 7-game series against whoever come out the West, anything can happen. So that's my take on the whole Carmelo situation. Let's see how it plays out. My name is Fisk Vegas, and I approve this message.